no friend to me. Wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me.
What's up out there, friends and family? It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, bringing you another edition of these hits, high intensity trainings. And this Motivational Monday shall be no different. I'm starting to see people pop in. If you're out there, holler at your boy. Let me know you're out there. Give me a shout out. Don't come into the house and not say what's up. I see my internet is kind of going up and down. I hope it is stable enough for us to shoot this video. And if you're out there, please share this with your friends and your family and have them join us in here tonight. I'm about to share it to my top 5. If they don't grow with you, hey, Elkie, hey, Vaniqua, if they don't grow with you, they can't go with you. Let's go ahead and share this out to our top 5 relationships. And let's make sure they get in here. Because tonight I want to talk about interest versus commitment. Interest versus commitment. I want to give you about 30 seconds to share this out to your family and friends as I'm about to do the same. I hope everybody out there there it is. I've been looking for the share button. It just came up. I hope everybody out there is having a tremendous day. Man, it would really bless me to see you share this out to your top 5 relationships. I'm believing that this internet is going to be stable tonight. I am pretty convinced that it will be. So please go ahead and share this out to your friends and your family. Let them know the motivational teacher said what's up. I'm going to share it out to 1 or 2 more places. Anybody I've been telling you about their problems or want to know about your problems or trying to find out a way better, please send them out to them. Send this out to them tonight because it is definitely going to be a blessing. Let's get this show on the road, internet. Let's act right tonight. Please, this is a conversation. Get in that chat box so you and I can have this conversation. You have a thought that comes through your mind. This is a community of believers, of individuals that believe that we've been called to something greater, having a conversation. So if there is something, please get in that chat box. It's a community of people waging war on mediocrity. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. And tonight, I got a really quick subject I want to talk about. Interest versus commitment. I remember hearing this story talking about one morning we had bacon and eggs. The difference between the chicken and the pig is that the pig was committed and the chicken was interested. The pig gave all he had for us to have the bacon. The chicken gonna lay more eggs. So it's a huge difference between having interest and being committed. And when it comes to your destiny, when it comes to your life, when it comes to your goals and your dreams, and it comes to the people that you love around you in your circle, are we committed or are we just merely interested in it? See, I think that there's a true delineation between people. That means that I'm 100 authentically sold out to a thing versus someone who's like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It wasn't meant for me. See, I think we're living in the days of, I'm going to need for y'all to follow me on this. I think we're living in the days of no backup plan. And I know we were taught as we were growing up, honey, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Anybody ever heard that before? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I think we're coming up on a different time, a different season of our life where we've been called to double down on something. Oh, I just broke bread. I just broke bread. Some of us have our time so divided that we cannot lay our full attention in one area in our life to get maximum manifestation. I'm breaking bread right now. Some of us have been so scattered with our seed that we don't know where to look for manifestation because my seed has been scattered from the north. I've been just scattering seed everywhere, not sowing seed. I've been scattering seed and I don't know where to look for my manifestation. I think we're coming to the season of doubling down. I need somebody to get in that chat box and shout double down for your boy. Somebody get in that chat box. If you out there under the sound of my mighty voice, get in that chat box and write double down. Come on, man. What's up, son Murray? Thank you for joining us, bro. We need to double down on something in our life. We've been too uncommitted in too many areas. It's time to double down on something in my life. There has to be something in my life worth doubling down on. Oh, motivational teacher, you just don't know how it hasn't worked for me. Come on, Jamie. I appreciate it. Come on, motivational teacher. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried, and it's not working. Baby, it's time to double down on something. It's time to say, God, I'm no longer lukewarm in this area. I no longer need to be spewed out. I know what my vision is for my life. I know what you've given me. It's time for me to double down. I'm no longer just interested, but now I have just become committed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's something about being committed. I'm telling you, narrow is the way. Narrow is the way because many cannot commit. Boy, I just broke bread. There are too many of us. There are too many of us that will lukewarm in what we believe our vision is, or what we believe our goals is, or what we believe we've been called to. It's time to double down. I know it's not working in your life right now, baby, but it's time to, hey, I'm pushing everything I have to the middle of the table. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. I'm no longer interested. Now I am committed. Everything that I have, I'm pushing it to the center. I'm giving all I have for most of us, from the time we were children, we have been taught, oh my God, I'm gonna break bread. We have been taught how to divide our time. We've been taught to not sell out on any one thing. From the time we were youth, when you signed up for school, they told you got to take 5 or 6 different subjects. Day one, you got to take English, math, science, this, that, and the other. They told us that we had to divide our time for so long. They said, don't play just one sport. You got to play more than one sport because you don't know what you're going to be good at. They told you, don't declare a major your first 2 years. Go to school sometime and figure out what you want to be. But what if I go in already knowing? What if I've already decided when I go into middle school I wanted to be an engineer? Why do I have to go take all these other classes outside of what my major is, outside of what my destiny, what my call is? Because we've been subconsciously taught that we cannot put all of our eggs in one basket. And I know this message is contrary to what a lot of us believe and what a lot of us have been told. We've been told that you want to put some on the back just in case. We've been told that you don't, if you drop that one basket, you don't want to harm and hinder everything that you have. So you got to spread it around thin. Ladies and gentlemen, I love the generation before us. I thank the generation before us. I appreciate all the seeds that they've sown, all the prayers that they prayed for us. But I'm telling you, there's another level of living that requires that I give all that I have. Oh, that's a bread breaking moment. That's a bread breaking moment. There is another level that requires that I give all that I have to manifest everything that I need to see. I can no longer just merely be interested. I have to commit. Motivational teacher, you said entry. Come on, Carrie, level up. Vaniqua said double down. I love both of those. Interest is the state of wanting to know or learn about something or someone. When I'm interested in what my future is and what I really want to be, there's a level of curiosity that makes me want to learn about it. There's a level of level of curiosity that makes me want to acquire knowledge and understanding about that thing. When there's interest in it, there's a guessing. You know what I'm saying? There's a testing period. There's a will to see if this can or if this will work out in my favor. That's mere interest. Wanted to know or wanted to learn about it, or it's caught my eye, or there's some inkling, there's some desire in it. And interest just merely says, I want to find out more because this probably could be me. I don't know if motivational speaking is my thing, but I have to try it because this might be me. It's mere interest, and I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Let me say it this way. There's a season for interest. There's a season for learning. There's a season for understanding. There's a season for gaining knowledge and wisdom. There's a season for interest. But most of us get to the place of interest and never cross that barrier to commitment. Commitment is an agreement or promise to do something. Oh my God, I just broke bread. It's a commitment, is an agreement or a promise to do something. Come hell or high water, I am accomplishing this. Listen, oh my God, all my eggs are in one basket. It's in growth and development. All my eggs, I have no eggs outside of my growth and development, my leadership. I'm putting everything down. I'm pushing it to the table. I'm no longer interested, but now I'm committed. Commitment means that when storms come from the left and right, when things don't go your way, when your mama tell you can't do it, when your cousins say you stupid for making that investment, when your family members don't understand and you keep going, now you moving into commitment. When your stomach hurt, when your back hurt, when your head hurt, when your job told you weren't good enough, they told you that wasn't a great decision, that was a bad idea, you made a huge mistake. But it didn't kill you. But it says I am going to keep going because I'm just no longer interested, but now I am committed. It's a different level of living out there, but it requires commitment. I'm breaking bread right now. I don't care what nobody say out there. I got some people chiming into this conversation. We must develop our desire for him because he gives us access to all that the kingdom possess. He knows how you fit in his kingdom. Come on, bro. Jamie, yes, sir. John said, believe it and commit to making it happen. Carrie said, cross the barrier from interest to commitment. We got to move beyond that barrier of just being interested. Commitment says, I give all that I have to a particular cause until I have nothing else to give. It said, when you've done all that you can do, what? Stand. Oh my God, I'm no longer just merely interested. I know my back hurt. I know my knees hurt. I know it hasn't been the greatest day, but I'm committed to this. And when you're committed to it, you do it when you don't feel like it. When you're committed to it, you do it when all the signs are not favorable for you. You do it anyway. Management expert Ken Blanchard said, there's a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in something, you do it only when it's convenient. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results. I can no longer just disregard my results. I realize that this is a process. I realize that we're going from glory to glory. I realize that there's a opposition fighting against my dreams and my desire. I realize that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and power and wickedness in high places. There are forces that are designed to keep me from God's best. But if God brought me to it, he'll bring me through it. If God be for me, who can be against me? I don't rely on my principles. I don't rely on my strength. When I'm weak, then am I strong. The strongest I ever am is when I can admit that I don't have the strength. Oh my God. Sometimes you got to lean into where you are and allow the great I am to awaken your I am. I'm not doing it only when it's convenient anymore. I can't do it only when it's convenient. Commitment, come on, Jamie. Commitment requires you to stay focused until you have the result. Till you have the result. Not focus until all things are trending up. Not focus until something goes. I maintain focus like the eye of the tiger. I maintain focus through the eye of the storm. I maintain focus through the sunshine. I maintain focus through the rain. Why? Because I'm no longer just merely interested. I am now committed. I'd rather have 8 men committed than 80 men that are lukewarm. I remember my boy said, man, I need some soldiers. He said, go down there and tell all the men to drink. The one that drink put their head down, you don't need them. They lukewarm. He said, go, the ones that drink with their lap with their heads up, bring them with you. I'll take 300 committed men to go against 40,000 lukewarm men. Why? Because I'm telling you, the earth, oh my God, I'm telling you, when we find committed people, the earth will tremble. the kingdom suffered violence, and now the violence take it by force. Why? Because we're committed. Give me 8 people thoroughly immersed. All I need is 8 people. Man, we will take the earth. Why? Because 99.8% of the people are merely just interested in their goals. They're merely interested in their dreams. They're merely interested in creating a legacy for themselves and their families. They're merely interested. And that's why so many people, when the going get tough, they walk away and say, it must not be for me, because they were only interested. Commitment mean I go when I got bags under my eyes. Commitment mean I go when my back is hurting. Commitment means I go when they told me I wasn't good enough. Commitment means I go when I don't have a way to go. I might not be running full speed today, but I'm walking just as fast as I can get there. Some of us might not be walking today, but I'm crawling toward commitment by whatever means. Keep moving forward. Dr. Martin Luther King. Oh my God. I can no longer, I'm about to break bread. Lord have mercy. I'm about to break bread. I can no longer be worried about what the people to my left say and the people to my right say. Most of the people that is critiquing you, most of the people that's giving you feedback about areas where you can grow are merely interested in their own life, which means they can never be committed to what you're doing in your life. I just broke bread. The majority of the people that we lean on for counsel, for godly counsel, are merely interested in their own life. And so you're not qualified to give me advice about my committed life. I dare you to find a circle of 8 committed people that they sow and they give from one another. I guarantee you could take the world. I'm about to say this right here. LeBron has a podcast. It's LeBron James. It's Rick Ross. It was Denzel Washington. It was a couple of other people that I don't know. But they shoot this scene in the barbershop. What's up, Q? They shoot this scene in the barbershop. And you got 6 or 7 committed people talking about the process of becoming great and why most people won't get there. Rick Ross said this. Rick Ross said most people won't be committed to what you say until you've manifested the thing that you said. He said along the way, most people won't ride with you because they're not visionaries. They got to see you with it before they say, man, he said that. And he said, we're not going to hold that against them because they're not visionaries, but we got to invite them along for the ride, because without us, they can't get to where they want to be. And so we can't hold that against them. And I'm challenging you to find your Rick Ross, to find your LeBron James, to find your Denzel Washington, so you can talk about what commitment looks like and how it shows up on a daily basis. Rick Ross said they should have believed when I stayed up 6 days in a row. LeBron said they should have believed after I lost the championship and I was back in the gym the next morning. He said they should have believed because of the level of commitment that I've shown along the way. But most people are not qualified to speak on your commitment. Most people are not qualified to walk this road that you've been called to. Most people, man, like too many of us are looking to the left and right for validation. We'll never get validation from the left or right. Our validation comes from the Lord. I just broke bread. You'll never get validation from your homeboy down the street. You'll never get validation from your sister down the road. If you're looking for validation external, that means that you're missing something internal. Me plus God, the great I am plus my awakened I am, we are the majority. I need no validation outside of me plus God and my spouse. We're one. I need no more validation outside of that, because I will no longer seek the counsel of someone who is merely interested. Oh, that's a bread breaking moment right there. That's a bread breaking moment right there. I will no longer seek the counsel of someone who is merely interested in my development. Someone is merely interested in my success. I want 8 people thoroughly immersed in the promise and the truth that are committed to ride with your boy. the days of, I think the days of moving and traveling in groups are slim to none. If there's a group of people traveling with you, I can promise you, you're gonna end up in an average destination, because most people are merely interested in success, not committed to it. I mean, they're not selling out. I love the fact that the great I am said, he said, go sell all that you have and come back and follow me. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. He said, how can I? He said, I want to be saved. He said, go sell everything you got. Go get rid of everything you got and come and follow me. The dude walked away angry. Why? Because he was merely interested. He was not committed in following him. When was the last time you said, I'm pushing all I got to the center of the table? I'm pushing, oh my God, all 100% of me, I'm pushing it to the center of the table, and I got to give it all in order to get to where I'm going. He said, you leave everything that you have, take up your cross and follow me. See, too many of us when he said that, he was saying, you got to commit to this. It's going to cost you something. What price are you willing to pay to obtain the promise? What price are you willing to pay to obtain your dreams, your destiny, to change your family's situation for generations to come? What price are you? Everything worth something costs something. I just broke bread. Everything worth something costs something. Q said, no days off. And Nico said, all right now, Angelique.com. The counsel of someone merely interested is most likely short-sighted, especially if they've never committed themselves. Angelique, you just broke bread. And that's one of the challenges that we face is, this is going to sound so arrogant. Angelique, you leave me here. This is going to sound so arrogant. Man, like 90% of the people are not even qualified to give us advice. And I'm speaking to the people right here that's looking at me. 90% of people that we know in our lives, in our circle, are not even qualified to give us advice. I just broke bread. I'm not saying that you don't learn from everybody you come into contact with, but everybody's words can't have the same measure in your life. Like everybody's words can't have the same weight in your life. You feel me? Now, I listen to what everybody has to say. I take the meat, spit out the bones, but I do realize that not everybody's words have the same weight in my life. I do realize people are merely interested. But I'm looking for the few, the committed, the strong. I'm looking for those. These are they that should turn this world upside down. It's not the ones that just barely making it. Stuff don't go their way. They shut down completely. Oh, woe is me. They must not, the day is so horrible. I ain't going to be able to make it today. You're merely interested in your life. You ain't committed. I'm going to make it every day. Come hell or high water, I'm going to make it every day. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. I'm not unstable in all my ways. I know from where my help come from. Every day I'm going to make it. You know why? Because I'm the healed, maintaining my health. I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. I am empowered to prosper. Those words ring in my ears. They live in my heart. So no matter what the day brings, I am blessed and highly favored. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm more than a conqueror through the storm, through the sunshine, through the rain. It does not change my emotion. It does not change my mood. Why? Because I don't live by what I feel. Our feelings will make liars out of us. I don't live by, let me break bread. I'm not committed to my feelings. I'm interested in them. I want to know how I feel. I want to know how I got there. I'm interested in my feelings, but I'm not committed to my feelings. I'm committed to what I know God has said about me and his word in my life. I'm interested in my feelings, but I'm committed to what he said about me. I'm committed because I do believe in him. I live, I move, and I have my being. So in him, I do believe. That's my commitment. And when we see storms, when we have setbacks, it's a mirror to see how interested or how committed we are in the goal or in the dream or in God's provision for our life. It's merely a test. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. We know our kids go to school. They take curriculum. They take chapters. Come on, Shakira, you know this as a former principal. They take chapters 1, 2, and 3. At the end of chapters 1, 2, and 3 in math, there's a test. The test is to see what skills or they assess their knowledge in that curriculum. And that test is all it is a summary of chapters 1, 2, and 3. And that test is to see what knowledge that they acquired during that period of time that they was on chapter 1, 2, and 3. It's only a test. It's only a test. You've been placed in certain situations, certain times, and you felt the emotion you had to respond. It was only a test to reveal to you what was on the inside of you. You've taken chapter 1, you've taken chapter 2, you've taken chapter 3, and life presents you with the test. And we've been treating this test like it's the end all be all. But baby, don't you know that with chapters 1, 2, and 3, you got a good father that he will allow you to retake? So there's no thing is failure when you're committed. But if I'm interested in it, I allow those results to drive my decisions and to drive my behaviors. I'm committed more to what we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and powers. I'm committed to what these principalities and powers are rehearsing in my mind than I am what he said of me. I'm talking about your interest versus your commitment. And the results in our lives shows up how interested versus how committed we are. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, like I've been through situations, I've been through places, and man, like I'm gonna tell you something I know about God that I know about humans. When we're interested, I'm gonna say it this way: stop looking for what you deserve. All right, let me break bread. And I'm getting ready, y'all. I'm getting ready. Come on, Angelique. While I love, they're interested in my feelings, but not committed to them. Come on, man. Like I want to know how I feel, why I feel, and what emotion, where it springs from, just so I can deal with it. Because I think like most of us suppress those emotions that we have. I mean, I think I lean into what they are, but I'm not going to make decisions based on that emotion. I need to know why I feel that emotion. So if it comes again, I understand why it's there. So I could deal with it before it even gets to become an emotion. I can deal with it when it's a feeling. And when you act on feelings, they become emotions. I can deal with it when it's a feeling. And when I can deal with it as a feeling, it has less power over my life to make an emotional decision. So I lean into what I feel so I can make a better decision. But I do realize I'm not committed to that feeling or that emotion because that was not mine. I internalized something externally that gave me that. So what starts externally never was meant to be mine internally. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. Everything that I am was given to me before the foundation of earth. If I internalize something external, it was never mine. I just broke bread for somebody out there because you're looking at your life right now like I don't have money, I don't have this, or I don't have that, or I don't deserve to be loved. Those are external. If you take that external and internal it means it was never yours if you gain that from the outside. Because God said you were fearfully and you were wonderfully made. And so if you took an emotion external and you built the internal and now you have a negative emotion, that emotion was never yours. So why commit to something that was not yours from the foundation of the earth? When he said, man, I've given you everything pertaining to life, godly blessings pertaining to life. Why you already have that? Why not commit to that versus commit to that external emotion, not going internal? See, this life is about what we're interested in versus what we're committed to. And a lot of times in our life, what we see that comes out shows us our commitment. If we got a lot of debt and lack around us, all debt and lack is a reflection of what's internal. And until we're able to go and dig out internally those negative emotions, those negative roots, those negative habits with money, then I can never get to be prosperous because I'm committed, because I've internalized, I'm committed to debt and lack. I did that for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. We grew up, it was 8 of us in a 3-bedroom trailer. We grew up poor. And so for a lot of my life, I believed that I was supposed to be poor. And I was committed to being poor because every decision I made brought me back to being poor, not having enough. Until I began to learn, grow, and saw myself in a different light to where I can get a different behavior. man, your feelings, I want you to be interested in them, but don't commit to them because they will make liars out of us. I was about to go somewhere. Committed to something means I'm not accepting less than God's best in my life in that area. I'm committed to it. I am committed to it. I'm not accepting. I don't know how to be. I don't. And man, like I think through sports. I think through sports and all my life that I've always been involved. And even now that I'm not playing, I'm coaching my kids. Like I've never known how not to give myself wholly to what I do. And my aunt will tell you that, my mom will tell you that. Like I don't know how to be lukewarm. If I'm if I'm into something, I am into it. And I think that's a quality that I want to pass to my kids because I believe in giving yourself to it. And if it is not what you're supposed to be doing, God has spiritual bumpers that will use it to get you to where you're supposed to go. Like, don't worry about, am I doing the right thing? Commit to it. Because if it's not the right thing, it'll be the thing that leads you to the right thing if you're committed to it. We walk by faith and not by sight. If you're doing it, do it wholeheartedly. Ask that to God. If you decide to do it to the best of your ability. Do it to you. So Martin Luther King said, do it so people walk a path to you because there's nobody that can do it better than you. Why? Because you're committed to it, not just merely interested. I think it's too many people on earth that are barely merely interested in their own life. And I think it takes life is hard. Don't get me wrong. Life is hard and it's very unpredictable. And sometimes storms come that you didn't even cause. I know they say seed time and harvest. I know some things we do, but sometimes in life, storms come and you didn't even cause them. In that season of life, you got to know right now that I've gone through chapters 1, 2, and 3, and this is merely a test of my commitment. I'm no longer swaying to and fro. I'm on a solid ground. I'm committed to something. And I really want us to look in the mirror tonight and have a conversation with yourself and call yourself by your first name. And you can be honest with you. Anthony, are you really committed to becoming a motivational teacher to the masses? Are you really committed to becoming the father, the Abraham that changes your lineage for years to come? Anthony, are you really committed to get everything out of your life that God's given you before the foundation of the earth? And you got to stand there and see if your commitment in your work or your commitment in your belief match that level of expectation. Because if it doesn't, we're merely interested. We're merely interested. And I'm going to tell you something about this. It's hard for kids to grow up in a house with merely interested parents and have committed, and then they have a committed lifestyle. I just broke bread. It's very difficult for kids to see interest for their first 25 years of their life when they're in our house, and we somehow expect for them to be magically committed. Doesn't happen that way. We got to practice what we preach. Man, I feel this with everything in me. And I think the people that are looking at me and the people that held on this long, I see that I had some connection problems, but I kept this thing rolling. I see I froze a couple of times, but I kept this thing rolling because there's some of us out there that we're committed to this thing. And when you're committed to it, it ain't going to always be pretty. It ain't going to always be perfect. It's not going to always be textbook. Sometimes, I love Langston Hughes. Sometimes it's going to have some tears in it. But I've been climbing all the way. Life for me ain't been no crystal stair. And I think that's going to be our testimony. But all the time, I've been a climbing. I have been a climbing. And it ain't going to be beautiful. But I got to get to the place to where I'm committed to the great I am and what he has awakened my I am to. I'm no longer taking back seat to be merely interested in my life and more committed to somebody else's life. Oh my God, that's a bread-breaking moment. Walmart, Sam Walton, whatever company we work for, I can no longer be more committed to them than I am to my goals and my dreams. Hey man, there's a shifting taking place. And I'm telling you that the violent take it by force. And when I mean violent, I mean the committed. It says, come in hell or high water, I'm getting what belongs to me. That I'm getting what was given to me before the foundation of the earth. I believe we're in that season right now. Am I merely interested, or am I committed? Am I the pig that I'm going to give all that I have to provide the value that I have? Or am I going to sit back and say, I'm going to take 4 eggs and put in this basket. I'm going to take 4 eggs and put in this basket. I'm going to take 4 eggs and put in that basket. And the great I am is like, man, I want somebody to, I gave you 10 talents. I want 10 talents. I want 20 back. I don't want you to go bury the ones I gave you. I don't want you to bring me 1 or 2 back. I want you to multiply it, because that tells me that you're not merely interested in my results, but you're committed to it. And now these are they that are turning this world upside down. It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, bringing you again these Motivational Mondays. I missed y'all so much on Motivational Mondays. Your boy is back in the lab again, and we're going to be breaking this bread, because I realized something myself, man, that when I'm sitting in front of this computer, like it's me talking to me. I saw Vanika put on there, you your own competition. And I realized that, man, this is me talking to me. And it's so unique, man, that I'm sitting here looking at this camera. All I can do is see is me, but I see like 9, 10 eyes out there on all the platforms. But it's me talking to me. And are you merely interested, or are you committed? That is the story. Hey, man, go get in the mirror and have that conversation with you. Jot down the different areas. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm an employer. I'm an employee. I'm a coach. Like, I got to go assess every area of my life, and I got to decide, am I just interested, or am I committed? And I got to decide, if I'm spread too thin, I got to decide which area can I no longer be just interested in, and I can take that interest and give it to another committed area. That way I yield more fruit. It's time to say, every fruit in me that don't bear fruit, he prunes. It's time for me, any area of my life not bearing fruit, I need to prune. I need to prune so that those branches that live can bring forth more fruit. Interest versus commitment. And until next time, I am challenging you to wage war on mediocrity. Your boy is out.
It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war.